Oh, happy Friday, y'all. But the reason I want to point this out, you had these lovely ladies talk about they're afraid of men. They rather be with a bear than a man. All that stuff is all for clout. All that story time talk, and shout out to Daphne Sutton. These women talk about their story times, but they don't show no evidence, no proof. Or if they do, they try to be like the brick lying ass brick heifer. I'm still gonna come for the brick bitch. They make these posts like they was attacked, they was harassed, the dude couldn't handle no rejection, which is a lie. That had nothing to do with rejection. The black men love getting rejected. That's why they go on a Pop the Balloon show and take y'all abuse. Black men are too nice when it comes to dealing with verbal abuse and physical abuse. Men in general, but the topic, the reason why I'm showing y'all this, because a lot of these women talk about they're afraid of men. They fear men. They don't want to be around men. They rather be around a bunch of women, which I know that's a goddamn lie. They just say that because they're scared of the sisterhood. They're more afraid of another woman than a man. Because, let's be real, she can't cry victim when it comes to a woman getting in another fight. And actually, what's so sad about this, gentleman, is that women expect you as a man to protect her from another woman and a crazy ass child that she likely raised. You ever notice that? Even though she can be wrong for starting the confrontation, be disrespectful to her own children, be out of pocket, but I'm supposed to bail her out and defend her, even though I know for a fact that I saw from start to finish that she's wrong. Ladies, let me say this. If you get into it with a dude, especially when I talked about the boundaries, and you run your mouth or you get aggressive and be toxic and disrespectful, you're going to fight your own battles. If you are a sex worker, you're going to fight your own battles. I'm not protecting somebody or defending somebody who's dead ass wrong, who I know is wrong, just like if you get into it with the police. Well, Calvin, because when black men get in trouble or do something they shouldn't be doing, we don't get the benefit of that. Now, these women will talk about, yes, we do. Now, we ain't talking about y'all dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray and how you keep bailing them out, how y'all keep paying child support with the child support you get from your ex. We're not talking about y'all dealing with a small percentage of males swing with a dam. Y'all purposely choose these males. You lead the good guy. You treat the good guy like trash. You put the good guy in the back burner, the friend zone, which I'm glad y'all do, because a lot of women a lot of these hyenas, these heifers, and these other beaches have been with good men, and you see how they got taken to the cleaners. You've seen how these good men have had who've been burnt, deceived, betrayed, and had their heart broken, been cheated on, been lied on, lied to, you played in his face. You was dealing with another man. He was taking care of a child that he thought he was his, but he realized that he was not the father the whole time. It took the child to reach 15, 16, 18 years old to find out that that was never his child. And since men are speaking out, I'm not talking about men who are just bashing and who's just so broken and hurt and got mommy issues and issues with the women in their family, and they just despise all women because they have a lot of unresolved. I'm not talking about those men who just hate women based off those circumstances. I'm talking about men who've been in relationships, had interactions at the job, had interactions with the school, and we see the toxic, narcissistic, selfish behavior. I have no problem with men being called out for their BS, but when I call out men on their BS, y'all still slam me. Even I tell you, he's pandering. He's a Derrick Jackson. He's full of shit. He's a liar. Y'all will turn around and defend him because he panders to y'all. That's why I can't rock with the conscious community. This is why the Black Panther Party got destroyed, because a lot of you guys were simps. That's why the conscious community fell apart. That's why the Black Panther Party, but nobody want to talk about that. But I'm going to discuss that in another video and likely a live stream in the future. Not so distant future. This is why the conscious community A lot of men are not fucking with the conscious community. A lot of black men are not fucking with the conscious community, and they'd rather join. I can't even take these men's advocate spaces seriously because they're a bunch of simps. That's why I'm not in the red pill space, because you got a bunch of hurt males and a lot of males who pander to women who are simping and tricking. A lot of guys talk about they're paying all the bills. You fool in today's time paying for an ungrateful ass non-virgin heifer and taking care of her children. You fool. Now, if it worked out for some of you guys, and we ain't talking about y'all situation, y'all the exception. Okay? Be as they may. I'm seeing all these fine women, these fine sisters in D.C., and they rather be with a man. They trying to get some D. They're trying to find a man. They're trying to hook up with a man, find a high value man. They're trying to get with a man, period. So all this stuff that they talk about on TikTok, online, is a lie. A lot of these women just want, the only reason why they complain about creepy men and all that stuff, because they're not attracted to him. They're not, that because they fear for their life. I wish a lot of women would stop acting like racist police officers, because a lot of y'all sound like these racist white supremacists. A lot of y'all sound like Karen O'Brien and Dunham. Y'all talk about the white women should be, these white females, white teen women should be held accountable for lying on black men, getting them lynched and destroying our communities, but y'all doing the same thing. It doesn't matter. Y'all doing the same thing. Y'all being like Karen, y'all lying, y'all trying to imbecile black men for a check. And that's treasonous. So when I hear simps talk about black women were in the front lines when it comes to black issues and all that stuff, they wasn't. A lot of them wasn't. Because the minute you hold black women accountable, a certain, you talk about the toxic hyena, the toxic heifers in the community, the black female criminal element in the community, the black female unsexy red element of the community, you're slammed. The hyenas in the community, the hoes and tricks in the community, the degenerates in the community. Even if you start talking about the males and how these women raise them, and how these women have used the system against the men to emasculate them. So if he puts his foot down and he checks you or tries to check the kids, all of a sudden he goes to jail. There's a reason why a lot of men are single and childless. There's a reason why a lot of men would rather go overseas. There's a reason why a lot of men will call themselves passport bros. But when we say these things, y'all feel like we're bashing. Now here's the thing. If that's how y'all want to take it, you want to be in your feelings like that, we don't care, because your feelings don't change the truth.